no one cares about you. I wish I would have learned this 10 years ago. And like, that sounds mean. I tell our students this in our youth group all the time. I'm like, hey, listen, no one cares about you. And everyone's like, why would you tell them that? But it's a good lesson. This is the core behind the lesson, is like, if you can learn that the majority of people don't care what you do, like they don't think about you, they're thinking about themselves, it's freeing. You know, you can do whatever you want. Like go and learn a new thing, or look silly, or like no one cares, you know? And if you can just learn like no one cares about you, like it takes a lot of insecurity off you to just be like, oh, I can do something and embarrass myself because no one cares.
Yeah.
And if I would have learned that 10 years ago, I would be unstoppable now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Somehow Married podcast. I'm Amanda.
I'm Jonathan.
And today's your birthday.
Yeah. Oh, you forgot. And somehow we're married. Yeah, today is my birthday.
It is your birthday.
It is also our anniversary.
Yeah, but I told you last night, it doesn't always have to be our anniversary.
It does. I don't care. I got you something for our anniversary.
You did?
I got you flowers.
What?
But I have not given them to you yet because I want to give them to you on the podcast.
Why?
Because, can I go grab them? Give me 5 seconds.
You don't have them in here?
No, I had to hide them from you so you wouldn't find them. I'll clip it out or something. I don't know. Keep everybody entertained for a second.
Happy birthday. Let me tell you, the one thing that you don't want is me singing in your ear at volume 20 as you're driving down. I don't know. Are you in Texas? Are you in Colorado? Are you in New York?
I got you flowers.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
That's really cute. Where'd you have these?
I got them at Kroger.
The kids are going to love this.
I know. I'm just going to put them in front of you for the whole show. There you go.
Maybe you can scoot them over a little bit.
I went to go get you a bouquet of flowers, and then those were sitting outside. I was like, that's way funnier. And also, I think you would like them.
Yeah, I do like them actually a
You
lot.
can plant them or something.
And there's a lot more that are about to bloom.
I know. I picked one that had 1 or 2 blooms so you could enjoy them now, and some that you could enjoy later.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love them.
I was buying them at
You're not really a flower guy, so I was surprised.
You can move them if you want.
I'm really comfy, if I'm being honest.
You just going to leave them?
No, can you scoot them over just a smidge? I think they can stay there. Unless you don't want them in our clips.
I don't.
Okay, but that's really cool. I like that a lot.
Now it just looks like we have a weed plant.
How much was that?
$10.
No way.
Yeah.
You're joking.
Nope.
Everybody needs to go to Kroger right now and
go down to the Kroger.
That's 3 really big sunflower plants for $10.
Yeah.
Were they on sale?
I mean, everything at a store is on sale. That's all for sale.
Everything is for sale, but it's not necessarily on sale.
I don't know. They have a ton of them out there. They were $10. And
I love that.
I was checking out at the register, and I'm like scanning it, and I said, I'm buying my wife flowers for her anniversary. And she goes, you're getting her those? I was like, yeah, they're a lot funnier.
What'd she say?
She goes, okay.
That's a heck of a deal for $10.
Plus, I think it's funny to bring you just a big pot with a bunch of...
Well, if I'm being real and honest and up front with you guys, he did tell me that he had bought me flowers and he was going to give them to me on the show, but I kept looking around and I was like, I don't see flowers anywhere, so something's up his sleeve.
I had to hide them in Courtney's office.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
I figured you would.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
there's actually 3 plants in that. I'm excited.
And if given the option between romantic or funny, I pick funny every time.
Every time. Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny to be like, I got you flowers, and then just pull out a bush. You know?
I mean, that is kind of what you did there.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
I like it.
But also, we've had a sunflower outside our house that you and the kids have been watching, and they cut it down.
Yeah, we've been watching it, and at one point, Eloise said, Mom, can we cut that down? I want it. And I said, no, it's not ready. It was barely blooming, and I said, let's watch it. Well, then the next day, we're going to church. We turn around, I was like, they cut it down.
They cut it down. So I saw those and I was like, I'm going to get that instead of like some $5 flowers that are going to die.
Yeah, I like that.
Now
That's
you can
really
plant
fun.
that in the yard.
I'm gonna.
And then we can eat the seeds Is that how that works?
I've learned that there's hundreds of different kinds of varieties, and only some carry seeds that you can eat.
Can we eat those seeds?
I don't know. We have to wait for them to die off and then check them out.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
But yeah,
But it's
so
cool. It's exciting.
happy anniversary.
Thank you. Happy birthday.
For the audience, we got married on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to remember that date if it's on my birthday.
Yeah, but can I tell the real reason why?
I thought that was.
No.
Oh, what's the real reason?
You think the real reason why we got married on your birthday is just so that you could remember our anniversary?
That's why I was for it.
No, so you were graduating college and your family was going to come into town to be there for your graduation. And we were engaged and we're like, you know what? We might as well get married while everybody is here for your graduation. So you graduated on a Friday. No, I think it was on a Saturday. And so we went ahead and got married the following Saturday
Well, there it is.
because everybody was going to be in town.
But I've never forgotten our anniversary.
No, you haven't.
It's
You've also never forgotten your birthday.
I forgot my birthday until somebody brought it up yesterday. They're like, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I was like, "Shoulders." And they're like, "No, for your birthday." I was like, "Oh, shoulders." Whatever.
Yeah.
We don't really I'm not really like a birthday celebrator, you know?
You and your family are not birthday people. They will try and argue, but I believe they have never celebrated a birthday properly.
I had a birthday party when I turned 16. I had a surprise birthday party. I showed up and like everybody in my church was there and like that was fun. And then I had a birthday party when I was like 10 or 11. I remember it's the first time I got a bike without training wheels. So maybe a little younger than that. And I got the SpongeBob game on my Game Boy Advance.
Is that the little square one?
It's the one that's like a diamond.
Mm.
And I got the SpongeBob game. And those were the two. But like my parents were always like, do you want like a birthday party or do you want like a good gift? You know?
Yeah.
And we'd pick the gift because,
Well, that makes sense.
yeah, get something good. But we celebrate them, but we just didn't celebrate them like you guys. Your family celebrates. Your mother has decorations for St. Patrick's Day. She has decorations for Valentine's Day. And we just didn't celebrate a lot of, I would prefer it if we could move every single holiday to May 7th.
So that you can remember it.
Celebrate all of it in
all
one day
once.
and then move on with our lives. Because I like the fact that when I wake up, my routine stays about the same.
Well, lucky for you, it's my birthday. The next month is yours and then our daughters and then our sons all within a month and a half.
And Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Yeah, it's all within
Get it all
2
out of the
months.
way, and then we're good until
Christmas.
Thanksgiving.
Sure.
Yeah, don't skip over Thanksgiving. Here's a heated debate. I like Thanksgiving more than Christmas. 100%. I mean, think about
I
it.
really like Thanksgiving.
My favorite thing to do is sit down with a bunch of people I care about and eat.
Yeah.
I love to do that. And Thanksgiving is that. And we usually go over to like your aunt's house and Mike makes all that smoked turkey and it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I talk about hunting
He's
with
going to
him.
love that shout out.
Yeah, Mike, shout out. He's the only person in my life who wants to talk about hunting as much as I do. So Thanksgiving's great for me. We eat smoked turkey and talk about hunting and have a good time. And I like Thanksgiving more than Christmas. Now, I liked Christmas when I was a kid because I got gifts. Now I'm the one buying the gifts. I like Thanksgiving a lot more.
Well, because you're having to buy gifts or just because of the...
I think when you get older, you care more about like what Thanksgiving is, which is like
being grateful.
Getting together with the family and being thankful and seeing family members that you haven't seen in a while. And like Christmas is fun as a kid because it's, the excitement of like, what am I going to get? And like all that. But now as an adult, Thanksgiving is underappreciated and I appreciate it.
I like Thanksgiving.
Plus,
I love fall. Fall weather's great.
Thanksgiving is the first night that you can officially start playing Mariah Carey.
It's also hunting season.
Yes, it is. Praise God.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It's time. It's
It's
not time yet, though. We can't talk about that. Oh, speaking of Mariah Carey, the other day I was at work and I said, I brought up Mariah Carey for some reason. I don't remember. And my friend says, you know who that is? I said, excuse me?
Mariah Carey? Yeah, everyone knows who that is.
She said, I thought you would only know Justin Bieber and no one else. I was like,
Everyone knows who Mariah Carey
Mariah
is.
Carey? I said, have you ever seen the movie Glitter? Because I was obsessed with the movie Glitter for so long. That's another one that I probably shouldn't have been watching at the age that I watched it. But that's
I've
a
never
great
seen
movie.
Glitter. Even
Mariah
the title
Carey's the
does
main
not
character.
strike. Whatever age Glitter came out, I was probably a little boy. Was like, yeah, I want to watch that.
No, absolutely not. I need to watch it again because I don't remember too much about it, but I do remember I watched it for a really long time, like on repeat. That and Hairspray, High School Musical.
Yeah, your big three.
My big three.
And what's the one with all the
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
bridesmaids?
No, Bridesmaids wasn't a top. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Hairspray, Glitter, High School Musical. But
Those were yours. Mine were the Lord of the Rings trilogy, which is still to this day phenomenal. The Lord of the Rings trilogy was a big one, like that I watched all the time. 300, the movie 300. To this day, that's why I want to be jacked. Is because of Leonidas. It's like, then we will fight in the shade. I'm like, yeah. And a lot of kung fu movies. I watched a lot of kung fu movies. And then on Saturdays, we would always get up and the Sci-Fi Channel would have some like B-tier sci-fi movie and we would watch that. Me, my dad, and my brother watched some bad sci-fi movie. And
Interesting.
that's probably why I love science fiction now, is because I watched a lot of horrible sci-fi movies growing up.
Yeah, I think that's also like your personality too.
Smart.
Just you like to learn things and challenge your brain.
It blows
to
my
think
mind
about
that
different things.
you think space is not cool.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. That
It's
makes
not
no
that I
sense.
don't think it's cool. It's just not something that I think about often. I think that's different.
Well, you should. It's everywhere. Space is surrounding us right now. We're floating in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you should think about it more. Okay, well, tell me about your week. What'd you do?
What did I do this week?
It was kind of a sucky week.
Last week was a sucky week. It's just, we're kind of on the.
This week was sucky for me.
You've had a hard week, yeah. For me, I think it's just been very mundane. Just
living
coasting.
life.
Yeah. Work's been really busy, but I say that every time. End of the year is just crazy time. Some exciting news. They gave us tomorrow off.
When?
They just woke up on Tuesday and said, you know what? We have an extra day built into our schedule. Let's just give it to them.
Okay, here's my issue with the school system as a parent. Don't be just throwing days off at me. All of a sudden now, like, what? I got to watch my kids? I pay you to do that.
Well, I mean, it is a valid, not argument, but comment. Like, parents that have to work, what do they do with their kids now?
Yeah,
but,
like you can't just be like, hey, by the way, figure that out.
In 2 days.
We have a system,
Mm-hmm.
So if you could run that up the flagpole for me.
Nah, I ain't taking that nowhere.
I need you to.
I'm not going to.
I need you to air my grievances.
I think they're very aware of all of that.
Should I start I'm friends with the admin of your school. Should I
Let's
just start
just not.
sending them my grievances?
No, let's just not. Let's leave all that. Let's leave all my bosses out of this.
Just start sending them emails and be like, just so you know. How long until they come to you and be like, tell your husband to leave us alone?
Yeah, let's just not.
My grievances are all like
Say we
petty
did.
ones.
Mm-hmm. Today they had a coffee truck for us today, and they made coffees for us.
Oh, that's nice.
It was really nice. It's Teacher Appreciation Week.
I appreciate it.
Can you hear this?
So you did this last week. I can hear it right now, but you can't hear it in the recording.
Okay.
You
I
remember
did notice I was listening for it yesterday when I rewatched our episode and I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure. I have a new fidget for you. You want it now?
Oh, for our audio listeners. The flowers I got Amanda is just the biggest sunflower bush you can imagine.
Yeah, it's about probably 3 feet tall.
I imagine Jen is just frustrated in her car right now. Be like, "What is the flowers?"
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Jen
what it is.
and my old neighbor Heather that I love so much.
Shout out Heather.
She
living
appreciates
her
the
life.
audio descriptions.
So there it is.
Yeah, really big, tall sunflowers in a little itty bitty pot.
It's green and yellow. There's leaves.
I don't think they need all of that.
Tiny little hairs. It's a very hairy plant, a sunflower.
It is, huh?
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, here's the fidget for the week. It is a circle. It looks like gears. But it's 3D printed, actually. This came all the way from Colorado. Your sister has someone in their church that makes them and sells them for a nonprofit type thing.
This is cool.
Yeah, so I'll tell you my thoughts on it when you give your rating later.
I have a friend with a 3D printer who is going to give me a 3D printer, and I'm very excited for that.
That'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm just going to print all kinds of things.
So this fidget, it's just a circle that's gears.
Here's your ASMR.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And it just rotates kind of like
really
a
nice, actually.
fidget spinner. I like it when you do it. It's rainbow. It looks like a rainbow.
I like the tactile, the vibration on it. Yeah. That's nice.
So, anyways,
it's good that we have this topic from like 5 years ago. We're the only podcast to be like, hey, you know what we should get into?
5 years
fidget
ago.
Spinners.
I mean, people are really into fidgets right now.
Are they really?
But these that we're starting off with, I'm not going to jump into the really cool ones. You know, like we got to ease into it.
I want to.
But there are really different.
This one's really cool.
Type fidgets now.
I'm assuming he has to print all the pieces individually and then put it together.
Yeah. I think if you really wanted to, you could pop one of those little gears out and then it'd all fall apart.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
I like it though. It's neat.
Yeah, it's cool.
You want to hear what happened? What my week was about?
Sure.
Okay. Sunday morning, I walked in the building, and for some reason, the monitor in the back of the sanctuary wasn't working, and I couldn't figure that out. And then the microphone from the kids area was coming through the sound system in the sanctuary, and one of our
after church started,
it was during sound check, and then one of our mics in the sanctuary was playing through the kids area speakers. But it wasn't like you could just switch the mics. It was playing in both. Both were.
Wow.
So
that's never happened.
Yeah, I don't know. So our church gets struck by lightning often. And pastor says it doesn't, but I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. I was walking through the parking lot, and all of a sudden I heard this, and then everything went white, and there was this big boom, and then I ran really fast to my car. And I was like, God, I don't know what judgment you're raining, but I don't want any part of it. I got my car and I left. And so we get these power surges. And so that, for some reason, that happened. And then also the TV that runs the security for the nursery stopped working because of it. And all this stuff. So this week I have been fixing all of that. So I figured out what was wrong with the TV in the back of the sanctuary.
Oh, that's good, babe.
I fixed that. And I fixed the microphones. The problem is I didn't know how to fix any of this, so I just have to fiddle with it.
Right.
But I fixed the microphones, and I figured out how we can add 2 more in-ear monitors to our soundboard, so that we need those. So I figured out how to do that, and tomorrow I'm going to fix the swings, and
that's been needing to happen so badly.
I know, it's on my list. I have this list of odd jobs I need to fix around the church.
Our swings in our new playground that is so lovely are so low to the ground that our 3-year-olds can't even swing on them.
I know. I'm going to raise them tomorrow.
So that'll be good.
And I called a plumber in the church and had him come fix a bunch of there's just stuff that's broken. And
do we know when we're getting the gate on the playground?
I do not. Okay. The guy who does our gate was in Africa for 2 weeks. Yeah. So he's back. So probably eventually.
Okay.
This weekend we're painting the basketball court.
I don't think that's this weekend. I think that's the following weekend, the 18th.
Well, okay. But so all that, I need to mow some grass in the field by the church so I can put my deer corn out there and watch the deer.
Mm-hmm. I saw him the other night on a Wednesday night.
So I just did a bunch of that stuff, worked in my wood shop. My mom graduated college.
Yeah, we got to go to Dallas to see your family from Colorado.
Yeah, and I've started this new thing where I take photos of you and I use AI to make your forehead a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And I've really been enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you and the whole family just jumped on that wagon.
it was so funny. I just sent a picture back. I love this picture of us, but your forehead's like twice as big. Oh man, that's comedic gold. So that's mostly been my week. Oh, I did a bunch of yard work while smoking a brisket. I sent Neil a picture.
Not a brisket.
Oh, not a brisket, a pulled pork butt. I sent Neil a picture of me with a big torch because I was burning weeds. And I sent him a picture of me and said, looking forward to seeing you guys soon, because he works at the fire department.
What did he say?
He said, I'm not on shift, but when the captain comes, tell him I said, hey, and I've never met you before in my life.
Yeah, okay.
Neil is our firefighter for our house. So when I burn trash in my yard, I usually text him and be like, hey, if you see smoke, mind your business.
Leave me alone.
This is for personal warmth. As long as it's for warmth, it's legal. So if they
That's
come,
what he told us.
I'm just going to warm my hands in the 90-degree weather while I burn trash in my front yard.
I'm really cold.
It's just trying to stay warm out here, boys. But other than that, I don't know. It's just a standard week.
Yeah.
I got old.
You got older. You're 32 now.
32.
Speaking of 32.
Are you? Heck of a transition. That was a good. You want to go to our
I'm
topic?
getting better. Yeah.
Okay, we can do our topic. I figured for our topic this week, we can do things that we wish we would have known 10 years ago. Because you just turned 31 like a month ago, and I turned 32. And so we could do lessons or just things we wish we would have learned or known when we were 22.
Okay.
Right? That we learned in the last 10 years that our life would have been easier if we would have learned it 10 years ago. So I texted you about this. So I assume you have some. I have some. Do you want me to do one first?
Sure.
Okay. So 10 years ago, I'm starting with my most important one. And this is it. No one cares about you. I wish I would have learned this 10 years ago. And that sounds mean. I tell our students this in our youth group all the time. I'm like, hey, listen, no one cares about you. And everyone's like, why would you tell them that? But it's a good lesson.
Well, obviously your family cares about you.
Yes, but this is the core behind the lesson is if you can learn that the majority of people don't care what you do, they don't think about you. They're thinking about themselves. It's freeing. You can do whatever you want. Go and learn a new thing or look silly or no one cares, And if you can just learn no one cares about you, it takes a lot of insecurity off you to just be like, oh, I can do something and embarrass myself because no one cares.
Yeah.
And if I would have learned that 10 years ago, I would be unstoppable now. And so that's my first one. No one cares about you. I don't know
though, babe. I think that you were pretty good at living life like that.
Yeah, but
you're pretty good at living no one cares about you.
Yeah, but there were certain things that I wouldn't do because I was afraid of optics. That if I would have just been willing to step out of my box and do some stuff and try some things, I'd be a lot further down the road now than I was then. So I don't know. I tell myself that all the time, no one cares about you. I tell young people that. Do it. If you fail, who cares? No one cares about you. They're not going to remember that you failed, but you might succeed. So for all of our 22-year-olds out there, no one cares about you. And that is a good thing.
I like it.
I said it like that so I can clip it later for Instagram.
Okay.
Trying to go viral here. All right. What about you? You got one?
Yeah. I will say that, I really thought about this topic a little late, so I did ask my friends for some of theirs.
Okay.
So we kind of just modge-podged it. I have some of mine, and then I got some ideas from some different friends in their 30s. Excuse me, sorry. I think one of the things that really hits home for me when I think about this topic, and for some reason friendships are so hard for me, the idea of letting go friendships are hard because I want to be friends like with everybody all the time, forever.
No
But
thanks.
I think that it's okay to say that it's okay to outgrow friendships.
Sure.
And with that, foster the authentic ones. Like, it's okay to let some go that are one-sided. And
Less is more, you know?
yeah.
Which that's what I put in there. Like, you're not everybody's cup of tea, you know? Not
Yeah.
everybody's going to like you. Now, that doesn't mean like if they're not your close friend, they're not your friend. We have plenty of friends who aren't like close
For
friends.
sure.
But it's okay to have a limited pool of very close friends.
Well, and it's okay to let some friendships go. If I just think of like some friendships from high school where I tried to like hold on to them and like really steward the friendship, but then it became one-sided, and then it just was like not really there, and mentally I had to say, let it go.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
You're not a bad person because you're in a different stage of life,
Correct.
and neither are they.
No.
Like, there are some friends that over the last 10 years that I have really enjoyed the friendship, but they've moved to a different stage in their life, and they're not a bad person for that.
No.
They're at a different...
It's only natural.
Yeah, that's life.
But I
you know?
think, and I don't know if it's just a girl thing or I don't know. I just think that for me, that was hard to realize, like, it's okay that you don't talk to this person. It's okay that you don't try and reach out anymore. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I have my life and I have my friends and, you know,
they have theirs.
and they have theirs, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And to know that, you know, in my 20s, I think I could have saved a lot of time and honestly embarrassment if I would have just let it go.
Sure. And, you know, here's the reality is you may see them again down the road, and you guys are still friends, you know. Hey, how are you? You catch up and all that stuff, but there's some friends that are
No,
a
there's some
stage in
friends
life.
that I like truly you would think that I would, but I don't. If I saw them in a store, of course. Hey,
Sure.
how are you? How are things going? But to reach out and say, "Hey, how are you?" Like, it's just not there anymore, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
So,
Yeah. Which there's a thing online where it's like you have to cut these people from your life. That's not what's happening here.
no, I'm
you're
not
cutting
cutting
them from-
anybody.
You guys have both you have different lives.
Yeah,
And that's all right,
Mhm.
you know? And I hope they do great.
for sure. And I'll be cheering them on from the
Yeah.
sidelines.
I still watch them on social media.
Yeah, I was to say, thanks to social media, I can see them and I can see what's going on, and like it's really cool. But it's okay that I'm not involved in that.
I just had a friend from high school message me today, and I haven't talked to her in 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But she just messaged me, and she's in the same realm as my father.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Hey, happy birthday. How are you?" You know? And
Mhm.
it was nice I watch her online, you know, she's got a great family, she's doing good. And it was nice to but like, we haven't talked in 15 years, and that's all right. Like,
Yeah.
she has a life, you know, but
Mhm.
we caught up. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah. And then move on with our lives. You know, I had another one from the Oaks that we used to work at that, he saw that you signed the kids up for something
Oh yeah.
at the Oaks, and he reached out and he's like, "Man, how you been?" You
Mhm.
know? And you almost definitely know who the couple is.
Yeah,
I'll tell
I
you
know
after.
who you're talking about.
But it was good to see him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was just touch in, but like it's not like we talk every day, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have another one. Tight pants just aren't gonna work with your hips. Stop it. That's just a thing I wish I would have known. 10
Oh,
years
you're
ago.
talking about you in your 20s.
Yeah, man. If I would have just accepted the fact I was never gonna be able to wear skinny jeans, like it's not for me.
I don't think you ever wore skinny jeans.
Go
did
back
you?
and look at some like videos of me, and I was trying to wear like skinnier jeans, and like it's just not good for my hips. Just stop it.
Just stop
Athletic
trying.
fit is your option. Start shopping at Sam's. You'll be happy.
Mhm.
No, another
love
one is
Sam's.
not every hill is worth dying on.
I think that's something that you would need. I don't necessarily need that.
No, but I needed that. Like
Mhm.
10 years ago, I would die on every hill. You know, it was this idea of like, it's the same idea of like, you don't always have to have an opinion.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, I don't have an opinion. Like, not every hill's worth dying on.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people are wrong, and it's okay if they're wrong. Like, you don't have to prove that you're right. You don't have to convince them you're right. Sometimes you can just say, you know what, this hill's not worth dying on. I'm going to let it go and move on. And there was a lot of hills that I stood my ground on in our marriage and in like life with other people, that if I would have just been like, you know what, this hill's not worth dying on, my life would have been way easier. And like, I do that all the time now. Like, pick your battles.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay, but they're wrong. All right. That's fine. You know, it doesn't ruin our relationship. It doesn't ruin our
I was
friendship.
going to say, if
That's
it's
all right.
not something that's going to ruin your relationship or your friendship, maybe ask yourself, is it really worth the big fuss?
There are very few hills that I'm willing to die on nowadays. Now, the ones that I am.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I'm just not willing to die on that hill. And so if somebody has something that I disagree with, unless it's one of the few battles that is worth fighting, that's fine.
I think I've noticed you wearing off on me with that, like rubbing off on me with that. Is that the right?
That is the right
What's
term.
the phrase? That sounds so weird.
It is the right term, but now that you've made it weird, it does sound
Sorry.
weird. Yes.
I
This is a
just
family
noticed.
podcast. That's 2 weeks in a row, Amanda.
I know, pound it.
For audio listeners.
Yeah, we're just pounding our hands together. I mean fists.
All right, let's move on.
I've gotten way better at that. Like, okay, this is like a little strange, but the other day you locked our keys in my car.
Yeah. Not my best day.
And I think like 10 years ago,
You would have been so mad at me.
oh, I would have been so mad and irritated and just frustrated. But genuinely, when you did it, I was like, okay.
Yeah, and when that's the deal, it's like I locked them in. I was like, dang it. And I just got on our app. We have AAA for your car. I just called them and said, come unlock my keys. And I was like, I'm locked the keys in the car. I'm sorry. They're on their way.
Yeah.
And we just moved on.
But that was something that like I would have blown up on you for probably.
That's something that I've noticed a lot with us in the last like 3 or 4 years is we just don't get onto each other for simple mistakes anymore. You know, like
But I think that
genuinely,
that's
like
just,
it's an accident. You move on.
yeah. Is it an inconvenience?
Sure.
Sure.
I felt
but
bad.
also in that, like, there's nothing you can do besides wait and
You
get
can't-
it fixed.
Yeah. Or go back in time. So you just, and it's the same with like differing opinions. You know, this
Yeah.
is a big one. Like, for instance, like look at like politics. Politics is very divisive nowadays. And
Mhm.
most people have their opinion and they're not changing their mind.
Right.
They're just not. So if somebody has a different political opinion than me, number one, they'll never know because I don't really share mine.
Right.
But there's one or two that I'm vocal on. Other than that, like, okay, like it's just not worth. I'm not changing their mind, and they're not changing mine. We're just gonna argue over it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that. You know, it's not a hill worth dying on. There's a
Yeah.
few that are, most are not.
Yeah.
You know, and so like that's a big one. If I could have learned that 10 years ago, just it's okay to let people be wrong or to disagree with them. It's okay to say, I don't have an opinion. You don't have to have an opinion. Not every hill's worth dying on. That's all right. Your life's going to be way easier.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like things in our marriage. There's little things you do that annoy me. It's not a hill worth dying on. There's a few things that I'm willing to fight with you about. Most of them I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. You know, if you're in a bad mood and you say something a little hurtful to me, you're in a bad day. I let it go and I move on.
Yeah. You're better at that.
Or
than I am.
I look at you and go, you need a nap?
You got poo poo in your
You
panties?
got poo-poos? You're fussy. Yeah.
That's what Jonathan does when he can tell that I'm in a bad mood.
I
He'll
go
just
and
come
pull
and
the back
pull
of your
my
pants and check and see if you poo-pooed.
and nothing makes me more pissed than
I'm
that.
just like, you're a little fussy. You got poo-poos?
Oh, it makes me so mad.
That's why I do it. But also I'm trying to like lightheartedly let you know, like, hey,
Fix your
you're
attitude.
being mean to everyone. You need to take a nap.
What was the thing you used to say? Check the box.
Yeah.
Your attitude box.
I get that from our kids pastor when we were kids. She used to do it to my sister. Put a check in your attitude box.
You just say, check the box.
Yeah. Attitude box. You're like, check.
Yeah.
Check your attitude. But
And
that's
then it somehow evolved to you pulling my
I'd be like,
pants
well,
to
because
see if I have
you
poops.
fussy. You need a nap? You got poo-poos?
Oh, parenthood.
Nothing like, that's just nothing like talking to your spouse like they're a toddler to really just cool them down. It really
Or just really light them up.
de-escalates the situation.
The complete opposite of that, actually.
Yeah, I would
That's
choose.
loud when you do that right there.
You gave it to me.
Well, keep it down away from the mic.
Okay. Well, there goes my phone.
So,
But yeah, so that's my other ones. Like, not every hill's worth dying on. You got another one?
yeah.
Okay.
Find a hobby that you love and keep it sacred.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like, find something that really brings you joy
And then protect it.
and protect it.
Yeah. What's your hobby that you keep sacred?
My nails.
You do.
I actually picked my nails off last night.
Oh, good. I was
Because
hoping.
two fell off. One fell off, and then I was like, it's okay, I'm going to redo that one. And then the other one came off, and I was like, oh, no.
Honestly, tonight's a good night because some friends are taking me out to eat for my birthday. So you can just sit at home with your
I might do it tonight.
your little lab set.
We'll see. But nails, also painting. I will say, though, if you have a hobby, be careful and don't turn it into a job that you're then going to hate the hobby.
I was going to say, not every hobby has to bring you income.
Mm-hmm.
Some can just be something you do because you enjoy
Right.
it. When that,
Like, I love painting, and I started to do banners, and I love that. But then it was like I had so many banners.
well, you have to do it now instead
Then
of
I
you get to
have
do
to
it.
do it, and I don't. Yeah.
That's a thing with our generation. The millennial side hustle, you know, millennials are always like, how can I make this turn profitable? I'm like, some hobbies don't have to be profitable. In fact, some hobbies can just cost you money, but you enjoy it. And I tell young people all the time, like, hey, you like this, and I get you want to turn it into like a business. You're gonna hate it if you do. Now, some, you know, there's also the do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Some hobbies turn into a business and it's great, but not every single one has to. Some can just be you do it because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, that's
okay.
with my woodworking. I sell the stuff I build partly because I have nowhere to put it if I don't, and it buys me new tools, but I don't charge like what I should be for it because some of it is I do it because I like the process of just building something. And so I build stuff for friends, and I you know, I'm cheaper than if they were to buy it from somewhere else custom, and I get to build it. But like, I'm not going to start. And I was like, I'll start a woodworking business. I hated it.
Yeah, because that's all you were doing is spending your free time in the shop.
And I
rather
did
than,
woodworking less because
Yeah.
I didn't. So I quit. I shut down the business, and I was like, nope. I'm going to do this for friends and family, and just it's going to be something I enjoy. It'll pay. I'll make just enough money to pay for hunting stuff. You know, other than that, I'm not gonna. Because I did it with photography. I got into photography, and then I started doing photography for people, and then I hated it, and I quit doing photography. You know, I did it with video. I did it with all these hobbies. No more. I'm going to do it because I enjoy it, and that's okay.
I like it.
Yeah, that was a good one, babe.
Thanks. Can I tag off that one a little bit?
You can. It's our podcast. You can do whatever you want.
You said that cliche phrase, do what you love.
And you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
That's also a lie.
Yeah.
I love my job,
but I do
want to
say in my 20s, I think it's safe to say, like, if you're going to school for something and you think that you're passionate about it and you start it and you're like, this is not what I want to do, it's okay to say, I'm going to do something else.
You can start over.
You can start over.
You can start over in your 30s
Yeah.
and still be okay. If you're doing something that is miserable, it's okay if you're in your 30s to say, you know what, I'm starting over. You have time.
Well, it's like when I was teaching and I had the opportunity, someone came up to me and was like, hey, have you ever thought about doing special ed? I had never thought about that. I thought I would just teach for the rest of my life. And the thought of like, I can do something else. That had never crossed my mind.
I
just
told
thought,
you that all the time.
I know, but
you would
okay,
come home and I'd be like,
but
it's not
here's
too
the
late to
thing.
quit if you don't like it.
You did say that. But in my head, I'm thinking, I have a degree, I have all the certificates, I have a job, I'm working, I've got all the things that I need
You
to
also
teach
have
first
70
grade.
more years to live.
Correct. But in my head, it was all there. Why wouldn't I just continue to do that? So when this was brought to me and they're like, you don't need any more certifications. You don't need, like, you can do everything that you have right now. You can do that in special ed. It would just be a different world and a stepping stone to what I was wanting to do. I just was like, okay, I'll do it. And now I'm like, wow, if I would have said no to that, I would have been, not that being a general education teacher, for years and years and years is bad. If you are truly happy and you're content in that, by all means do it.
You weren't enjoying it.
But I had gotten to the point where I wasn't enjoying it
burnt out.
and I was wanting something more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if that opportunity didn't come to me when it did, I would have just continued to be there. And so I think it's safe to say, like, no matter the certifications, no matter the degree, no matter the school, like, it's okay if you have to change your career paths. Like, that's
I would
okay.
even say at 22, it's okay if you don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life.
For sure.
Because, like,
and it doesn't have to be college.
What I'm doing now is not what I thought I would be doing when I was 22.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's in the same vein, but there's several. One of the best things you can do if you are in a church with people who are a lot older than you is sit down and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
I talk to all these people in their 80s and I ask them stories about their life. We go to breakfast and I say, tell me a story, and so many of them were like, I started over at 40 and their life is great. Like, it's okay if you don't know what you're supposed to do, what you want to do with your life. That's all right. Figure it out. Start trying some things, and
you don't have to have it figured out.
You don't have to have a plan. You should have some structure, but you don't need like a grand plan for your life at 22.
You can be smart and not have a secure plan. Like,
now you have to do something.
For sure. That's what I'm saying. You have to be smart. You have to have
sitting around doing nothing
money and, working towards something, working while you're trying to figure out what you're wanting to do. Don't just sit around. But it's okay if you don't have it figured out in that,
I still don't know what I'm doing. At the ripe old age of 32.
You do know what you're doing. Your life is...
I mean, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but like, if you're like, what is your life going to look like in 10 years? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. Maybe
I have some ideas of what I would like it to look like, but there's a chance. So far, I've been wrong. All my guesses have been wrong. So, I don't know. I'm going to do my best.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'm going to give it 100%.
But to tag off of that also.
No, we'll just keep tagging.
Networking is everything.
It's who you know.
It is who you know. So if you are in a place where you don't know if this is what you want to do or if you're wanting to switch gears, talk to people. Like you said.
There could be a friend that'd be like, well, try what I do. I can get you a job. And
have
that could
connections. Yeah. Because, it's huge.
Go to your community and be like, hey, I'm miserable. What do you guys think? And there's somebody that'll be like, well, we have an opening. Try it. If you don't like it, quit.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a big one is like we have this mentality that by 18 we have to know what we're going to do with our life.
That is that's a big
You can't
task.
even buy beer and you have to decide what you're going to do with the rest of your life. At 18, I didn't know anything. I still don't.
I'll tell you what though, at 18 you probably thought that you did.
I thought I knew it all. But
for sure. But if you could go back 10 years from now when you were 22 and you would say,
getting married.
You don't know everything.
I didn't know a thing.
Yeah. It's okay to figure life out because it's just.
We were both getting married and I remember the look of fear on your parents' face when I was sitting down with them. It was right before our wedding and they're like, what's your plan? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I was like, I want to work at a church somewhere. They're like, where? I was like,
no clue.
Don't know. They're like, well, if that falls through, what are you going to do? I was like, don't know. Putting all my chips on this. And like, for starters, now as a father, I don't want to hear that from the guy who's about to marry my daughter. like, I would like you to have a plan. But I genuinely, like, we were figuring it out, you know? I knew I loved you. I knew I loved God.
I will say, babe, you have always been very good at trusting in the Lord. Like,
Oh, I can't do nothing. I'm useless. So he's got to do something.
I know, but I'm just saying that is something that you've always been very good about. I mean, even then during that conversation, that's what it was the Lord's going to provide. He's going to take care of us. We're
And
going
don't
to
get
be
me
okay.
wrong. I didn't plan on sitting on my haunches and doing nothing.
No, you were working 3 jobs at the
I was
time.
working 3 jobs. I was
Yeah.
sending out resumes to churches.
For sure.
But I didn't have a solid idea, and that's okay.
And from my dad's point of view, he didn't want his daughter married to someone working.
From your dad's point of view, I sounded insane. He was legitimate. He should have been a little worried.
Yeah.
Now, as a dad, I'm like, I need somebody with a little more of a plan. Now, it worked out, thank God. But
they're very proud. My parents are very proud of you and proud of us and where we've come. But I'm sure it was a little scary in the beginning.
There's still sometimes I'll say something and I can see in their eyes, they're like, why? We're stuck with you? Yeah.
No.
I say something like, that's not smart. But here we are.
Nah, they love you.
Living off vibes. Okay. Another one. Function matters more than fashion with everything. Now, mostly, like I joke about this with clothes all the time.
Cargo pants.
I buy my clothes from Sam's. You know, I'm the guy that's still wearing cargo pants, you know, and a Carhartt t-shirt. But like with everything, if you chase what's fashionable, you're always going to be chasing what's fashionable.
You're not getting through that. That's not getting through to a 20-year-old's head. It's not.
I know, but it's not about things 20-year-olds are going to listen to. It's things they should know. And if one of them can listen, if you can find stuff that works well, even if it's not fashionable, if it's made well, if it works well, and it does the job, that's a better purchase than whatever's fashionable. And you will be thankful for that.
I can just hear my mother and father telling me that growing up. But
it's good wisdom. If you chase what's hot or fashionable, you're always going to be chasing what's hot or fashionable. No, find something that's functional, find something that works well, and then stick with it. My truck works great. It runs great. It's reliable. It is not pretty. I have beat it up, but it's functional and it's a good thing. It's paid off. I don't need the next new thing. I have something that works well. It's made well. We're good. And if you're 22, I know that this sounds just like an old man being like, get off the TikToks, you know, but genuinely find things that are functional and work well and just stick with it. That's why I married you.
I was about to say, marry the boring man.
Marry the ugly woman who works well.
Marry the boring man who is funny and works all the time and wears cargo pants. I have no fashion
sense, but I got a good work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, that's like genuinely function over fashion any day is a better option.
Mm-hmm.
The clothes at Sam's are just as good as the ones you're buying at Forever 21 or whatever. Where do the kids shop these days?
I think Forever 21's out of business.
What?
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Well, wherever they're shopping these days, TikTok shop. The clothes you can get at Sam's are cheaper. They work just as good. Just wear those.
Okay.
Get you some quality denim Levi's. Athletic fit.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny jeans aren't going to work for your hips.
20-year-old Jonathan.
You're wide hipped. Stop trying to look cool. No, but that's a big one for me. Is function over fashion.
Okay, I like it.
And you want to share one more, and I'll share one more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's success looks different, and their timelines are different. So don't compare yourself to other people.
Yeah, that's a big one with. So I work out with dudes in the gym, and I have guys who are 40. I have 1 or 2 guys that are my age. Well, actually, so we have a guy who's 41. We have me who's 32. We have a guy who's like 28. And then we have 2 dudes who are like 22, 23 years old. And regularly they will say things like, why are you so much stronger than me? And I tell them, because I'm 10 years down the road from you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing what we're doing now for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know? When you get 10 years down the road, but it's very easy to like, I hung out with a lot of dudes who are 40 and 50. They're 10 years older than me. And it's very easy for me to look at the life they have and say, well, I want that. You know, I want the really nice house by the golf course. You know, I really want like to have like a whole bunch of money in a Roth IRA. But they're 10 years down the road from me. And 10 years ago, they were where I'm at. You know, don't judge yourself by somebody else's timeline.
Yeah.
Just do what you can do today, make some smart decisions, and then enjoy the ride.
Yeah, it'll all work out.
Yeah. My final one is let people enjoy things. This is something that I wish I would have known 10 years ago. I always so 10 years ago, I made fun of dudes with real big trucks. I was like, oh, they're compensating. Now I'm like, I want a real big truck.
What did we call that group that's hung out at the Walmart parking lot in college?
I don't know, but that's not the group that I let enjoy things. 25-year-old men shouldn't be hitting on 16-year-olds in a Walmart parking lot.
No, I'm talking about the big trucks that they would all, we called it something. They would all park in Walmart.
I don't know.
Cool.
Their trucks were dope, though. But, like, there's a lot of things people enjoy that I don't enjoy. That's okay. You know? Because, like, I did not understand why somebody would want a really loud motorcycle. It was obnoxious. Then I got a motorcycle, and I was like,
I really want it loud.
I want it to be really loud. And so I was talking to somebody the other day, and like, it's just not necessary. I was like, nope. But, man, you get me at a stoplight on a loud motorcycle, I'm going to be a little loud and obnoxious. It makes me happy, you know? Let people enjoy things. It may not be the thing you like. You may think it's stupid. A lot of the stuff you like, I do not understand. But it's okay for you to like things that I think are dumb.
Well, and if it makes someone else happy, okay.
It's fine. It's not hurting anybody. Whatever, you know? Let people enjoy things. And if you will let people enjoy things, all of a sudden you will find joy in things that you did not like before because you're like, you know what? It makes them happy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know? So that is it.
I like
That
it.
is any advice that I could have known 10 years ago that I've learned in the last 10 years. If you're listening to this and you're younger than me, listen to what I'm saying. If you're listening to this and you're older than me, you probably think that advice was silly.
And if you have a better one, comment it down below.
What do you wish you would have known 10 years ago? What is a life lesson you wish you could have learned 10 years ago?
Tell us your age.
Yes.
And then what is something that you wish that you would have learned 10 years ago?
Give us your sage wisdom.
Yeah.
So that I can learn this stuff at 30 instead of at 40.
I think it would have made life a little easier.
Yeah, there's several things that I know now that if I would have known at 22. But some of that is you learn it through
your actions.
Life.
Yeah.
You know?
Life gives
you burn a
you
few
the
bridges
lessons.
and then you go, I should stop doing this.
Yeah.
So, but if you can learn it without that, do it. It's nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Do you have any other thoughts to add? Do you want me to rate this fidget?
Yeah, rate the fidget.
This fidget, I give like a 7 out of 10.
Really?
I really like it for several reasons. One, it's stunning.
It is pretty.
It's beautiful. I like the spin. I really want to take it apart, but I'm not gonna. That's my incline.
You said 7 out of 10. Your one last week was 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
gonna
a snake.
I'm gonna move that to a 5, and I'm gonna move. Okay, you started with 1. We gotta work off as we go.
Okay, can I tell you why I don't like that one as much? That one only goes one or two directions. I don't like that.
I don't function over fashion. I would rather do
No.
one thing really well than do a lot of things mediocre.
I liked the snake link because you can move it all kinds of
I
different
have
ways.
played with that. You can see it over there. I've played with that snake link all week long. But this one's just like art. And I appreciate that. It's very pretty.
I like it. I like the other one better, but
Okay. Well, this isn't what Amanda thinks about fidgets. This is what Jonathan thinks about fidgets.
okay, I'm sorry.
And Jonathan
I'm
thinks
not
this
allowed to
is
have
the same.
thoughts.
You are, but you can't criticize my thoughts.
I'm not criticizing your thoughts.
You criticize me all the time, and I'm tired of it. I'm done. This marriage is over. There, we added in drama.
Oh, gosh. Well, thanks so much for watching this week's episode. We hope that you guys enjoyed it.
Yep.
If
Next,
you did, like it and subscribe.
like, subscribe, share.
We're so close to 100 followers on YouTube.
We're at 91
91
subscribers. Followers is Instagram.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, sorry.
We're almost to 500 followers on Instagram.
Whoa.
Yeah, that reel that blew up is still just going.
Good for the reel.
Yeah.
That was not our content. I'm not emotionally attached to the success of the reel.
I'm emotionally attached to when that follower count goes up. I'm like, nice.
Yeah.
Because now
I just am
we're
not
in more algorithms.
because it's not our content. But
It was our content. It was us reading it.
yeah, but it wasn't our story.
Okay. So if we read any other story, it's not good.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying,
Just be positive.
why can't me being like, hey,
If you want to go viral, be funnier.
I'm not that funny.
You are very funny, babe, but you got to step out. You got to step out and just be. No one cares about you. You have to be willing to embarrass yourself for the sake of humor.
That's not me. It never has been me. I
Well,
don't think it ever will be me.
I will do anything
I'm
for
a
a
boring loser.
Don't
Married to an ordinary man with cargo pants who shops at Sam's and
Don't talk about my wife like that.
Mm-hmm.
You are a treasure, and you're very funny.
Thanks.
Usually when you don't intend to be, but still, you're very funny.
If I try, I'm not funny. If I don't try, I'm hilarious.
Funny is an art. You can't force art. You have to let it flow.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you make me laugh so hard, I'm literally like rolling. It's just in these moments when you comes out, you got to let the weird part of you thrive, you know?
Maybe when we reach 400 subscribers on YouTube.
You'll be funny.
Maybe.
Okay.
All
Man,
right. Thanks
it
so
would
much
be
for
a lot
tuning
easier
in.
to get to 400 if you were funny before that. If you want to help out. Yeah, thanks for, we're just ranting now. Thanks for tuning in. Obviously, at 13 episodes, this show's going off the rails. You know, we didn't ever plan to get this far. So next week, we're going to talk about the economy of Scandinavia. Tune in.
And we hope you enjoyed the show.
Yeah. Like and subscribe and stay married.
Stay married.